Listen, I'm not stepping out this house without making sure I'm smelling good, and I'm talking head to toe good. For sure, anywhere I go, I'm leaving with a compliment. I'm leaving with something.
I'm leaving here with something.
Hi, my name is Lisa, and listen, I'm just a girl with no time trying to make time for makeup, fashion, and beauty with hopes and a goal to inspire you to do the same. In today's video, we're talking about smelling good, and that's from head to toe. We're talking smelling good all day. So if you want to smell good and yummy, unforgettable even, then this video is for you. And yes, for me, when I talk about hygiene and I talk about smelling good, especially smelling good from head to toe, we got to start with the scalp because that is where dirt and oil gather, like right there at your scalp to ultimately become locked in, as the people say, and form a very unpleasant scent. And for many of you, I know that you've been in that situation when you lean over to help that person at work and you're like, ooh, what did y'all eat last night? It smells like y'all was cooking curry. Ooh, they was cooking curry last night? Y'all had to have been cooking curry last night or something, or you smell it and you're like, golly, like when's the last time you washed your hair? And so smelling good from head to toe for me does include scalp care. And this is where washing your hair becomes very important. Washing your hair with a clarifying shampoo. And of course, you're going to add the moisture back into your hair by following up with a hydrating shampoo, deep conditioning, and doing just all of the things. Now, if you're someone like me who will probably have like a protective style that you're trying to hold on to, like these braids that I consistently try to hold on to, or even if you're a straight natural or natural and you got a silk press that you're just trying to hold on, that you're trying to stretch, that is where a dry shampoo comes into play that helps you to avoid the whole washing with the shampoo and ultimately having water to interrupt the whole style, because water, as much as I love it, as good as it is for hair, it sure knows how to interrupt the longevity of a hairstyle. Okay. Dry shampoo is one that you will definitely want to use so that you're able to cleanse the scalp, leave it clean without causing that interruption. I'm going to make sure that I link. I don't use too many mists, but I will be sure to link some dry shampoos down in the comments below. One that I specifically use, I believe the one that I use is Batiste, and it doesn't leave. I know a lot of the dry shampoos can leave like a little bit of a white residue, and or sometimes if you use too much, you can weigh the hair down. So of course, the trick is to not get too heavy handed from a heavy handed person to another heavy handed person. The trick is to not get too heavy handed when you're using the dry shampoo. And when we're going from head to toe, we're going to go down to the body because when we're talking about like just body fragrance and BO and things like that, it does begin in the shower. Now, when it comes to BO, body odor, or just ultimately smelling good on your body, this is where I go ahead and I mention how important it is to double cleanse. Now, double cleansing is exactly what the term suggests. It is when you cleanse your skin more than once. And if you're somebody like me, you probably triple cleanse, so you cleanse it more than twice. So you're doubling up, maybe even tripling up on a cleanser, and each cleanser serves a different purpose. This ensures that your skin is truly clean because when it comes to your overall skin and your overall body, and when we're talking about BO and just overall smelling good all day, it does begin with the base. And the base is your body. I use a antibacterial soap and I make sure that I exfoliate my skin. That is where I go in with a cleanser such as this Naturium. It's called the Smoother Glycolic Acid Body Wash. And this is one that gently exfoliates the skin to help to present a more or reveal more smoother, softer skin. This is what's going to exfoliate you to get your body soft and to initiate the process or begin the whole process of just layering a fragrance. I go in with a third body wash, one that is scented. Of course, it is going to be one that contains some type of oil that is hydrating, but it's also going to leave the skin scented as well. So that is where I like to follow up with like a native or a Shea Moisture body wash, one that is lightly scented, that's probably like scented with like some type of shea butter or some type of light vanilla scent, something that is a little neutral, that's not going to be overpowering to the scent combo that I'm going to follow up with after I leave the shower. So now once you get out of the shower, child, this is where I go into the lock method, and that is liquid, oil, cream. I'm trying to remember like who it was that introduced that method. And so, in me, I'm one of those girls who went natural back in 2009, 2010, when all the OG natural hair gurus were on YouTube and just sharing their methods just based off of their experiences. And I can't remember where I learned this lock method from, but this is the lock method where you use the liquid, the oil, and then the cream. That is what ultimately gives your hair, but in this case, your skin, the ultimate hydration method. And for me, in this case, what I've noticed is it not only does it also provide me with the most hydration possible as it pertains to my skin, but it also helps to carry the scent much better. And so, soon as I get out of the shower, I'm going to go right in with an oil. One of the oils that I love to use is the Notorium Glow Getter oil. Not only is this hydrating and it heals, but it also is lightly scented enough to where it's not too overpowering. And I feel like I'm one of them people who will change my mind on a scent combo, on a fragrance easy, and then end up spraying some stuff. And when somebody asks me, like, I can't even tell you what I'm wearing. And so I feel like that oil is light enough to carry or supplement any other type of fragrance that I may end up wearing for that day. But I go right in with an oil. That is the oil that I'm going to go in with. And then I go in with a cream. The cream that I go in now recently is the same thing. It is the Notorium Glow Getter. It's the multi vitamin C oil cream because it carries that same scent. I sometimes will go in with the Nivea as well, depending on how ashy I am. I will definitely go in with that. But lately, I have been going in with the Notorium body cream, which I love so much because it just gives such like a neutral scent, and it allows me to change my mind whenever after that process. And so we're gonna go in with the liquid, the oil, the cream, that scent. And this is honestly now the shower is where the scent begins, and this is honestly where that scent, that layering, those combos develop. And I love being able to go through with this method because if you know anything about oils, you know that there's such thing as an essential oil and a carrier oil. And most of those creams or those oils that you use are not going to have essential oils because essential oils need a carrier oil. Those are going to be oils like peppermint oil. You cannot use peppermint oil or, oh gosh, lemon oil. You can't use those type of oils directly on your skin because they're going to burn. And they need oils such as avocado oil, coconut oil to carry them. And those are the types of oils that you can use directly on those skin. And those are the types of oils that, I mean, when you think of how they carry essential oils, those are the types of oils that are going to carry your fragrance as well. And so that is one of the reasons why I love going through the lock method, showering, using the liquid, the body wash, and then going in with an oil and then a cream because you get that whole conundrum happening. Carrier oils like that, like avocado oil, almond oil, coconut oil, those are the types of oils that are absorbed by the skin. They penetrate the skin. And that is ultimately what you want your fragrance to be able to do when you go in with your fragrance, because it's going to be carried by that carrier oil that's going to ultimately penetrate your skin. And anything that penetrates your skin and not just sitting on top of your skin to where it can be rubbed off by friction, by your clothes, by your blazer or your shirt, whatever it is that you're wearing that day, is going to be sure to last all day. So that is one of the reasons why I love using the lock method when I'm going for a scent profile that I want to ultimately last all day. I feel like that is the science behind that. That is what I've used to make it make sense for me. Next tip has to do with the accessories that you use. And so we're going to go into towels because towels carry scents, right? And of course, you want to make sure that you're swapping out your towels because you don't need that towel carrying that scent. That scent will transfer to your body, to your hair, and you're going to be walking around like, what the fuck? And we definitely, that is something that we want to avoid. So Swap out your towels every couple of days. Yes, but not only do you want to swap out your towels every couple of days, you want to be sure that you replace those things too. Okay, we're replacing those towels every 2 to 3 years because towels that are washed daily and are used frequently, they tend to fray and tear after a couple of years, and they ultimately don't absorb the same. So while you think you're getting just that ultimate like dry off, baby girl, baby boy, you're really not, because the quality of your towel is no longer there and it's ultimately not doing what it is supposed to do. Now, my next and final tip is going to be any girl or guy's probably least favorite thing to do, and that has to do with just the overall sensitive hairs on your body. So, the hair on your legs, the hairs in your private areas, in your genitalias, or underneath your armpits. And so, with that said, get those hairs removed, whether it's a wax, laser hair removal, or you decide to shave. Go ahead and get those hairs removed. Some people do it for aesthetic purposes, and some people do it for hygiene purposes, because it is for sure a fact that having hairs on your bodies down in your genitalia area can impact your overall body odor or your overall hygiene. And so for me personally, I do it for a little bit of both. More on the aesthetic side, okay? But definitely do it for a little bit of both. But even with me doing it more on the aesthetic side, it does help to benefit from a hygienic side. And so both your hygiene is impacted, and depending on your religion or what it is that you believe in, your aesthetics, it benefits your overall aesthetics as well. It is for sure something that impacts your hygiene, your body odor, especially in your genital your areas. Hairs are known to carry bacteria, especially down in your private parts. One would say that with hair removal, they find it easier to clean, which essentially reduces odor and the feeling of sweat or moisture. Child, I feel so refreshed when that thing is removed. Just go ahead and get a wax. Hair in that area can cause some type of friction or chafing when tight clothes are worn or when you're engaging in any type of physical activity. So just go ahead and do yourself a favor and just get that thing waxed. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, go ahead and comment down below, head to toe. Also, go ahead and share some tips that you may have heard in this video today. And again, if we vibe, child, go ahead and hit that button and subscribe. Join the tribe, join the community, and make sure that you never miss a beat. And until the next video, peace.